I'm Steve Ho, and I'm here to give you guys the platform to have your say on Manchester United 0-0, nada, naught, none. Liverpool Football Club 3. Yes, what a win for Liverpool. What a win for Arne Slot, the first Liverpool manager since Bob Paisley in 1975 to win his first game against Manchester United. The 3 is the magic number for Liverpool. It's 3-0. It's 3 wins out of 3. It's 3 clean sheets for the Reds as well. And yes, the Arne Slot era could not have gotten off to a better start. Liverpool have been perfect through their first 3 games of the season. And I want you guys now to have your say on that, whether it be here live in the YouTube chat, whether you're one of our Redmen Plus legends on Discord, go over to social media on Twitter, Facebook, X, any of them, Instagram, all of them. I'll be bringing comments up from every single place because yes, I'm excited. I'm hoping you guys are excited as well. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on the win. Wilfred Webster, friend of the show, hope you're doing well, Wilf. Says, what a performance. I was annoyed with Sobbo for not burying that chance, but we smashed them anyway, and I love the clean sheet too. Yeah, listen, Sobbo's like, should have scored. They should have been 4-0. But yeah, the clean sheet's fantastic. What a performance is absolutely right. I actually thought it was quite an even start to the game, really. Both sides feeling each other out a little bit, lot going on. But then, Liverpool capitalised on a couple of mistakes. Liverpool moved the ball so well, and Liverpool were ruthless. And this is what happened last year against Manchester United to a certain point. Liverpool weren't as ruthless. Today they were. They took their chances. They should have been 1-up anyway. Obviously, a tight offside call, which I think was the correct decision. Give Man United the warning. They didn't listen. They didn't heed that warning. And the Reds went on and on and on. And then, which again, the clean sheet is imperative too, Wilf, and I agree. No stupid errors, really. Man United had a couple of good chances. I think the Zirkzee header is probably the best one. But other than that, they didn't really create too much. Liverpool defensively solid. You know, we look at the goals that we scored, just come from 3 Manchester United mistakes, as well as Liverpool's press. Liverpool didn't do that. No massive errors. Everyone just did their job. And if you do your job, and you've got the quality like Liverpool have got in Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz, etc., then you're going to win games. It was fantastic to see. Liverpool didn't let the occasion get to them. And by the end, Old Trafford's empty. They're booing their own players. Liverpool fans singing Ten Hag's at the wheel and Everton are going down with the Blues and all that. Because that all happens because Liverpool are in complete control of the game. There was no worries. I'm here at work today, and I was watching the game, but I was doing bits on the laptop, and it was fine because there was no stress. Liverpool going to Old Trafford and winning with no stress. We saw it under Jurgen Klopp's best team once in the entire time was the 5-0. We beat them, of course, a couple of other times under Jurgen, especially obviously with the no fans in that season. I think it ends up 4-2 in the end, but that wasn't a stress-free game. This one was from start to finish. So congratulations to Liverpool. Congratulations to Arne Slot as well. I think I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm not sure how far into the super chats we got, so I do apologise. But Storm Shadow did say, go on, say it, take everything, give them nothing. 3-0 over the Manx. Yeah, absolutely 3-0 over the Manx as well. And then Bruce with a members chat says, Salah and Diaz were boss. Virg was a titan and Ryan was a different gravy. I get the pun. It's a good pun, Bruce. Yeah, let's start with the order that you said it in. Then Luis Diaz to start. What a start to the season Luis Diaz is having. The question mark over Luis Diaz was, can he get the goals? Can he get the assists? Yes, he clearly can because he's got 2 more goals today. 2 very well taken goals, actually. Back post header, really good header, good run. And then the finish for the second goal was magnificent. First time, bang, see you later. I mean, Andre Onana's, I don't know, he's in the Stretford end or so. I don't know where he is. But it doesn't matter because Luis Diaz has slotted it past them. Fantastic from Luis Diaz. If we're going to have this type of season from Luis Diaz, Liverpool are going to have a very, very, very successful season. I guarantee it. Because Salah's on fire. Jota, a little bit quieter today, but I thought he played pretty well. Could have had a goal if he'd been a little bit more ruthless at certain points. Diaz, fantastic. So yeah, brilliant. Mo Salah, boss. Count them. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mohamed Salah, bow and arrow and all, has scored 10 goals now at Old Trafford. Absolutely stupidly ridiculous numbers from Mohamed Salah. He's always producing more numbers. He's always producing more records. He's done it again. That's his 15th goal against Manchester United now. Absolutely outrageous. He is just a genius, an absolute genius. Van Dijk, I agree, was magnificent. One of my personal highlights was when Lisandro Martinez, I think he kicked, was it Dom Szoboszlai, I think it was, and Van Dijk went and says, come and kick me then. And then he laughs at Bruno Fernandes, pats him on the head. He gets himself a yellow card for basically having a boot at Bruno Fernandes. Don't mind that either. I thought Van Dijk was excellent. Mopped up everything. Brilliant. Real captain's performance, real leader's performance from Virgil van Dijk. And then finally, Bruce, you mentioned a lot of players there. Ryan Gravenberch was outrageous. It was as close to... I remember a few weeks ago, Errol said on one of the streams, at times he's got a little bit of Yaya Toure about him, where he just runs through midfield. It's a bit Vieira-like, and I'm not saying Ryan Gravenberch is the next Patrick Vieira. I mean, he might be. I hope he is. But for him to be able to do that in that type of game, this was the test. Everyone, we've all been rightly praising Ryan Gravenberch. Like Scott says on the Discord, says Grav is class. Kieran says Gravenberch was superb as well. And yeah, he really was. But this was the test. Right, mate, you've done it against Ipswich. You've done it against Brentford. Can you go to Old Trafford, a game where Liverpool have struggled to control, a game where sometimes Liverpool defensive midfielders have struggled at times again as well? He ran the game. He not only with the ball, without it, a couple of vital interceptions, a couple of good challenges, tackles. I thought he was magnificent. If Liverpool would have signed a DM, say Zubimendi or whoever you like in the transfer window, and his first 3 games what Ryan Gravenberch has just done, we would be thinking, oh my God, we've got the next great Liverpool player already, because we tend to know with transfers, don't we, if a player's going to do well. If Gravenberch would have done that, or anyone else, would have done that on their first 3 games, we'd have been singing their praises. And I'm going to sing Ryan Gravenberch's praises. I thought he was absolutely magnificent. He went to Old Trafford, he stood in the middle of the pitch, and he ran the game. And, on the other side of the pitch, they've got Kobe Mainoo, good young player, pop prospect. I think he gets bigged up too much personally. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's a great player yet. And they had a once great player in Casemiro, who is now a shadow of himself. I say he's a shadow of himself. The shadow he makes on the floor, given he looks like me at this moment in time after I've been on all-inclusive holidays all summer. Ryan Gravenberch was just levels above them, absolute levels above them. He was absolutely fantastic. He was awesome. So yeah, I agree with every single point that you made there, Bruce. Keep the chats coming in, keep the comments coming in. We're going to bask in this. This is magnificent. It really, really is. Ben with the $4.99 super chat first. Congratulations, Ben. I think this was your first ever super chat on the stream. Thank you so much. Says the slot revolution heart. Yes, Luis Diaz gave us the heart as well, didn't he? And yes, the slot revolution. It really is. It's fantastic. Arne Slot, we're playing there against the team, right? And I understand they didn't have as many good players when they made their manager change. They made their manager change because the last manager was crap. We made ours because the last manager had won loads and was knackered, basically. But Arne Slot's come in, and straight away Liverpool have got an identity. You know what Liverpool are trying to do. You can see it as clear as day. The structures, the patterns, everything they're trying to do. They're organised, they're well drilled. And then on the other side, there's a fella who's been there 18 months and his team are a shambles. They have, listen, hold my hands up. He's won 2 trophies. Can't take that away from him. Congratulations, Eric, on both of those trophies. But they've come in rather chaotic manner, I would say, in years where, they've been shite in the league a little bit as well. I think I think last year was their worst ever league performance. And you can't see what he's trying to do. You can't see the philosophy. What's the plan? How's he trying to play? Where's the build-up? When he loses the ball, what's he meant to do? It's all individuals trying to produce moments, and he relies on that. Arne Slot's come in. Half his players were in the Euros, over half are in the Copa America. And he went to the USA with a team of kids and plus a few veterans and the likes of Mo Salah. And he's got them playing. The coaching job that the manager, head coach, whatever, and his team have done is absolutely magnificent. It should not be underestimated. To walk in, no pre-season to speak of. They have a couple of games against Spanish opposition the week before the season, and that's about it for most of them. And they look like a well-oiled, well-drilled machine. And if this is how it looks now, I can't wait to see how it looks as he gets more time with his players and they get more used to what he's doing, and maybe he can bring 1 or 2 in or whatever. It's unbelievable. So you're right, the Slot deserves so much credit. And yeah, hopefully this is the start of something special. I hope it is the start of, like I say, some type of revolution. Nicholas with a slot song to the Rolling Stones. If you slot me up, I'll never stop. I mean, yeah, you would make a grown man cry. We definitely did make the Manx cry. Nice to see Arne Slot getting recognition from the away end. Nice to see him recognising the recognition from the away end as well. You wonder, like, it's a bit like the fella who was in charge last, we all loved. Loved. I'm rightly so. Absolutely loved him. That's hard to follow in the next guy. It's a bit like the stepdad, isn't it? To be honest with you, like, you're not my real dad. I love your sound and you're nice to me, man, and whatever. But I don't love you like I love that guy. But you can love your stepdad. You can equally have someone else come into your life and love them too. And if Liverpool keep playing like this, winning games like they've just done there at that ground, we'll fall in love with Arne Slot. I think that I don't know what you call it, the rating of Arne Slot or whatever you want to say. I think some people might have been a bit sceptical, or he can't do this, he can't do that. I mean, his rating now should be really high, because what he is, I think he's starting to show he's a fantastic coach. And Liverpool look like a well-coached team, and we'll see what that brings. And it's early. Listen, it's 3 games, but I saw it when I was in America in pre-season. I watched some of the training sessions live. I watched all of the games as well. You can tell he's a good coach. You can just tell Liverpool look like a well-coached team. So fantastic for Arne Slot. I'm absolutely delighted for him, because that's again, I say tough job. It's not tough to take over this Liverpool team, because they've got great players, great squad. But it's great to be the man who follows the man, or it's not easy, rather, to be the man who follows the man. And so far, so good. You can't ask anything more of what Arne Slot says. So it's outrageous, really. Absolutely fantastic. Right then, next up, we have got a super chat from Andre C. Says that was arguably more impressive than the 7-0, considering the circumstances. Even Nunes was clearing balls at the back. Could be a special season. You should indulge in a 6-pack when you get home. I mean, I'd like to. I don't drink, to be honest with you, but I can have a 6-pack of Diet Pepsis or I don't know, Dr. Pepper Zeros or something. But yeah, it's different than the 7-0. Of course, I'd say it's a bit more. It's less of a freak result. Like, the 7-0 was outrageous, don't get me wrong, it was outrageous, and it'll never be, it's hard to ever top that, but it's different, and it's different in a good way. Let's have a little look. Mo Salah has just said during his post-match interview that it's his last year at Liverpool. Oh, did he really? Oh, right, well, that's... Did he say that? I mean, that's put a bit of him down on things. We'll respond to that as and when we see what happens there, because that's a bit of a shame if that is indeed the case. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Kieran says he didn't say that. Again, I don't know, because I didn't see the comments. So when I see exactly what he said it could be the last time. He said it could be, and he'll see what happens at the end of the season. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know what Mo Salah said, because I wasn't listening to it. But he said it could be, because as it stands, he's got no contract. He says no one's spoken to me yet. Oh, all right. Okay, fit. So as it stands, okay, I'll park that to one side. Hopefully someone does give Mo Salah a contract, please. Did you see what he's just done? I think he means it's the last year of his contract. Okay, yeah, I get you now. I don't think it means... I don't think it means that no one from the club's spoken to me yet, is what he said. I mean, that's, yeah, will someone speak to him? Please go and speak to Mo Salah. Anyway, let's get back to the game. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on, like I say, the centre-backs, really. Because I thought both of ours were outstanding. I actually thought in the first half, their centre-backs were doing just about enough, because the midfield was nowhere. And I thought for a while that Lictor Martinez were actually doing all right. I thought ours were sensational. We mentioned Virgil before. Shout out to Ibu Konate, who, just came into this. He wasn't first choice, whether that was because he wasn't fit or he hadn't. I don't know what it was. Gerald Kwanzaa had a full pre-season, and Ibu Konate obviously been away at the Euros with France. He'd been injured, but first game of the season, Ibu was on the bench. I keep saying Ryan Gravenberch. It's Gerald Kwanzaa, isn't. I thought he was outrageous. Was Ibu Konate? He's in a great way. Like, I thought he dominated, really. Every time, a couple of foot races, a couple of clearances, headers strong. We mentioned about winning duels. He won his duels. What did you guys think of Ibu's performance? I thought he was absolutely sensational. I thought he had a really, really strong game, because... And it's great to see, because we know when Ibu Konate's at his best, he can be great. We saw the worst of Ibu Konate towards the end of last season. I think today we got towards more of the best of Ibu Konate. So, yeah, I thought he was brilliant. Humza says Ibu was immense. No fouls, no silly step-ups, conservative interceptions, wins headers, and absolutely shut down Marcus Rashford. Was it Ibu who Rashford had a little run at, bottled it, went backwards, and then the crowd booed him? I think it was Konate. As Sean says, yes, Ibu was excellent. You are right. So fingers crossed he can stay in that style of form, because I thought he was absolutely outrageous. Come on, you Reds, says Liam. I mean, yeah, absolutely, Liam. Come on, you Reds, indeed. I thought we were absolutely brilliant. EB played well, but Gravenberch yet again was involved in a goal. Yeah, David, you're right. We spoke about Gravenberch before. Gravenberch was, yeah, he was absolutely fantastic. More questions for you guys then, and please do let me know your thoughts as well, if you don't mind. Ashley in the Discord says, Steve, people were slaughtering our summer, but I think Slot's appointment shows Richard Hughes' worth. The unpopular decision, maybe, but we were playing great football and we just showed how a shit manager can... And we've just showed, I think that means against Man United, how a shit manager can cost you for years. Yeah, listen, Liverpool didn't get the transfers done that I think most of us it would have liked. But hiring, again, I have to clarify, he's 3 games in, but Arne Slot looks like he's... He looked like a good, shrewd selection. Really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, like I say, to clarify the Salah stuff, a few people told me, he said he hasn't had no one's at the club has spoke to him yet, so we'll see. He hasn't said he's leaving. I think he was implying that he's in the last year of his contract. I mean, that's a good way to get a new contract, if they're listening. Someone really should be listening. Hitchin Baz, 3 games, no goals conceded, the best defence in the league, top of the league, this is our time. I mean, fill your boots, Baz, get carried away. If you can't get carried away when you beat Man United, when are you going to get carried away? The clean sheet thing's important. I actually think today was probably the biggest threat to the clean sheet that we've seen was Xerxes' header. Alisson also has that one that goes through Van Dijk's legs that he saves well. But it's awesome. It's just awesome. We saw Arsenal. I don't think, I might be wrong. I don't think you're going to be able to maybe outscore Manchester City at the moment. Haaland's on a level, and it's going to be so tough. We saw Arsenal, and listen, Arsenal weren't exactly shy for goals, don't get me wrong, and Liverpool have got, I believe, better attacking options overall as a now a 6 when you include Federico Chiesa than Arsenal have got. They built a lot of their challenge for trophies on their defence and how good, they were at the back with the, I thought Raya really added to them, but I thought the pair of Saliba and Gabriel with whoever was in front of them, whether it be a Rice or a Jorginho or a bit of both or whatever, Arsenal's defensive solidity got them to there really, because I think they've got a good attacking unit. Saka is a good player, Havertz, Jesus, Martinelli, Trossard. They're not bad players, of course, they're all good players, but I think Arsenal look like they had their success based on their back four, or whatever you call it, their defensive structure. If Liverpool can do that and be defensively sound, I think we've got the firepower to really maybe go and compete at that higher level again. It's 3 days in, you've got 3 games in, you've got to, caveat with all that. But I think if the defensive structure looks sound, we still have got the best goalkeeper on the planet. So if it doesn't exactly work all the time, that'll help. Added to the fact that you've got the best defender in the world in Virgil van Dijk. Ibu Konate, if he can perform like that, again, early days, don't get me wrong, but if Liverpool are going to build this season on being defensively solid and having a great defensive structure, then they have got a lot of the right pieces in place, I would say that. So absolutely fantastic. So many players did proud today, says Diane Butler. So many players can be massively proud of how they did today, rather. I don't want to misquote you. Great situation to go into the international break. I'll see you Redmen TV guys on Wednesday night. Yeah, looking forward to it. We're live in London on Wednesday. If you don't know or you didn't know, go to our website, socials, if you just Google the Redmen TV live in London, you'll be able to get yourself some tickets. In every pretty much ticket seller, we're at Indigo DO2. Come and see us. Diane will be there. We're going to have a great time. We'll probably have a little bit of a laugh about this game. And yeah, it's going to be a real nice way to go into the international break. You're spot on, Diane. Looking forward to meeting you on Wednesday night. Back to the Discord. Matty says, Steve, don't let Alisson's performance get lost in the mix. And yeah, actually, I think for the first time, actually, Alisson was forced into making some good saves. And look at Alisson's position for, I think it's the shot of Xerxes when it goes in towards the bottom corner. Look where he stood. Look how good his footwork is. And then compare that to Andre Onana and where he stood and his complete lack of footwork for Luis Diaz's goal. And it just shows the chasm between the best goalie in the world and a fucking clown, basically. He's crap, him. And you're right, it shouldn't go unnoticed. Alisson, definitely. It was the hardest he's probably had to work for his 3 points. It wasn't like last season at times when, it was like the Alamo and Alisson's firing, clearing everything and forced into heroics. It wasn't quite that. But, Man United did fashion a couple of good opportunities. But if teams are only going to create a couple of good opportunities, we'll bank on having the best goalie in the world behind them just in case they can get through what was in front of them. So fantastic. You're right. I think it was a good point from Matty to bring up. Yeah, Alisson Becker was absolutely outrageous. Who are we at in terms of the chat? We have got, a lot of people talking about Mo Salah. It's as it stands. It is. We all know nothing's really changed as it is. It is last season until it's not. Fingers, someone needs to give that guy a contract. It's fair to say he was absolutely fantabuloso. It was Mohamed Salah today. I might have a little head on over. Bear in mind this could be risky because you know what it's like on Twitter sometimes. And we did ask for your opinions for the end of the game over on Twitter after we asked for your thoughts. Let's have a see who's over here. Sorav says, bow down to the king. Yeah, Mo Salah, the absolute god. Says, no mountains or paella were needed for this one, with a picture of Ryan Gravenberch as well. Yeah, listen, your mountains might be nice over in social, I'm sure they are, but we've got our own mountain in our midfield. Plays for Holland, he's magnificent. He was brilliant. Dev says, I still feel like McAllister hasn't quite found his feet yet. I thought McAllister, I think this was his best of his 3 games this season, especially without the ball. Actually relentless in the tackle. I thought he was excellent. I thought he had a really strong game for Liverpool. Actually, he's involved in winning the ball back and getting chances created. I thought he was good. I thought he had a really good game. Who else is it? Yeah. Hoodie guy says, McAllister wasn't good. I thought he was brilliant. Yeah, I thought he had a really strong game as well. LFC Mav, did you notice how Trent can all of a sudden defend in a different system and not leave gaps or get roasted off by Rashford? Yeah, the Liverpool definitely, again, if this feels like I'm tarnishing Jurgen Klopp, and it's not that, it's just different. I think it's probably easier to be a defender in Arne Slot's system. Is that fair to say? Probably not as much asked of you, but when you are asked to do something, you've still obviously got to perform at a high level. That's without the ball a little bit. Yeah, I thought Trent defended really well. There's a couple of times when I think there was one in the first half, maybe early, that I think he got past him, but Liverpool dealt with it anyway. Other than that, like I say, Trent defended really strongly. He should have had a goal, unfortunately for him. Mo Salah was just a yard or so offside in the build-up, but yeah, I thought Trent looked much more happier, give it the 3, didn't he, to the away end, clap, smile on his face. He probably learned not to have a cop on after last week. So yeah, brilliant. I thought Trent was outstanding as well, because yeah, he was great. Over back on the socials, Jamie says, Chiesa is probably thinking, shit, how am I actually going to get in this team? No matter, he'll keep on smiling anyway. Yeah, he looked like he had a great all time in the away end, did Federico Chiesa. Yeah, listen, when Mo Salah gets rested, I suppose, or drops in and out the team, then maybe it's that. But yeah, listen, he'll be thinking, wow, I've signed for a serious football team here, because that's exactly what he's done. Sensational, says Dean Foley. Diaz, Salah and Gravenberch were superb. The fact that we're equal on goal difference to Man City after 3 games is insane. And yeah, I think they're top because they've scored 1 more. They've conceded 1 more as well. But you're right. Liverpool are level pegging with City, and they've started like a house on fire. Erling Haaland started like like the cyborg that he is. So yeah, good start. Loads more to come, of course. but really, really fantastic. Dave says, Slot is something else. The way he gets the best out of Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, Slot might have been the best signing of the window. Listen, I said before, I sung his praises. He's been great. He's been absolutely fantastic, so I can't blame you for singing his praises. He was excellent. Dave, I wonder what Stevie G thought of Trent's goal celebration. I'm so annoyed that he was offside. Listen, ultimately Liverpool went and won the game. It was fine. But the fact that Trent got to reenact it in a very similar looking kit as well, shame that it was ruled out. But yeah, I think Stevie would have loved. If I know Steven Gerrard and how much he adores Liverpool Football Club, I think he'd be fine. He'll have absolutely taken it. Hitch and Baz, Garnacho 0 shots, Fernandez 1 shot, Rashford no shot. Our defence is key to victory. Yeah, I think the Fernandez one was one that ballooned over the bar as well. You're right, Liverpool limited them to next to nothing. Yeah, you're right, he was absolutely spot on. Hitch and Baz, Liverpool defensively were awesome. Rob Davis, how long will Rashford keep stealing a living? I think Preston might want a forward. It was he got booed, didn't he? I might be wrong. I've heard Man United fans show their displeasure at sometimes at full times and stuff. I've very rarely heard them boo players during the game, and especially, Marcus Rashford, they sing the song about him, born and bred, and yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it? They weren't happy with him and a few other ones, really. And again, you're right, maybe that was down to us, not just down to him, just how good Liverpool were defensively as well. Andrew Beale, Salah's leaving us. Listen, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We've got 35 more league games, plus about 100 games in the Champions League now, because they've done some mad AI shit and they've done some type of diddle where we've got to play about 100 games, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Hopefully that isn't the case. Hopefully someone comes and offers the fella a contract. But I don't think Mo was being subtle with the hint in his post-match interview. As it stands, it is his last game at Old Trafford because he hasn't got a contract. He's right. Fingers crossed someone gets that sorted, because I wouldn't want to leave. I wouldn't want to leave that one much longer. He's brilliant. He is absolutely wonderful. Ellis Day says Gravenberch was solid. I guess we didn't need a 6. Well, we'll find out, Ellis. It's 3 games into a very long season. So we'll see. We'll see what the next guy does as and when Ryan Gravenberch can't play. It's impossible for him to play every game. It's just impossible. Like I mentioned before, there's about 1 billion games, injuries, lack of form, all this kind of stuff. There's loads, of course. So we'll see how he goes. But I go back to my earlier point. No, if we'd have signed someone and they played like this, we'd have all been absolutely buzzing. Like I say, we'll find out in due course if the gamble not to do it pays off or doesn't pay off, but he was absolutely brilliant right now. Who are we talking to next? We have got Lee. Sorry, let's go to Nigel. It says the thing about Arne Slot, he's very likeable. And just like Jürgen, he seems very settled. He does seem settled. He seems very comfortable in his own skin. That'll help. I mean, there's no way better to settle down and to be comfortable in your own skin than doing what you've just done there. So, fingers crossed, all goes well for Arne Slot. So, because so far so good, it's absolutely. Terrell says, seems so easy today. It didn't seem to get out of second gear. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? There is more to come. There's clearly more to come. I think that didn't look like Liverpool at their scintillating best again at times gone by. It did feel there was more in the tank for Liverpool to come. Obviously, I mean, there could have been more goals. Liverpool should have scored more goals. So there's definitely more to come. So I'd be interested to see again. They can't be at full form. The manager had about a month or two to work on them. There's plenty more to come. But you are right. I said before the game, when we go to Old Trafford, we actually have either battered them or it's a real close one that we don't end up winning. I was thinking, I wonder, can Liverpool edge a close one? Can they win 1-0? If it's a back and forth game. At first, I thought that's what it was looking like. It looked quite even for 15 minutes or so. Turns out we just battered them without trying that much in the end, really, because they fancy giving us the ball a few times, and we said, Sam, we'll stick it past that clown in your goal, and jobs are good. Yeah. There's more to come, second gear, I think it's fair to say. Gravenberch is immense, says Richie, and Mo is frightening. It's frightening to think that he can get better. I mean, Mo Salah, yes, what a start to the season, and 3 goals. assists coming out of the ears as well. Goals, assists everywhere. Yeah, he was absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic was Mohamed Salah, the absolute king of the world. Not just Egypt. Let's go further on ahead of that one. Jack says, all you've got to say is you love to see it. Yes, we do. Absolutely love to see it, don't we? It was brilliant, guys. It was absolutely fantastic. It really was. Liverpool were absolutely unbelievable. They go to Old Trafford. They win 3-0. They're unbeaten so far. 3 wins, 3 clean sheets, 9 points. Job's an absolute good one. Liverpool were absolutely brilliant against Manchester United, just as they've been for most of the season. I think Arne Slot said, first half against Ipswich he wasn't best pleased with. Since then, I think the new manager will be absolutely delighted, especially with what he saw today. It was just on another level. It was absolutely unbelievable. And there's certainly more to come. Speaking of more to come, there's more to come from us here at Redmen over at the board. We're going to stick on this stream. So if you're watching this live now, let's have a little look. Someone's just sending me the Mohamed Salah quote. He says, "This is my last year at the club. I want to enjoy it." I think I'm going back with the Salah stuff. It might be his last year. We'll see how it goes. But someone's got off him a contract. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyway, as I was saying, head on over. If you're watching this on YouTube live, I will be on the board very, very shortly with the player ranking show where I'm ranking every single Liverpool player, how they did in the game so far. In terms of, if you're watching this again, if you're watching the clip of this, then go check it out on the other part of the channel. If you listen to this as a podcast again, in your feed, we'll have the player ranking show as well, where I'm now going to head over there. So yeah, I am flying solo, so stick around, not going anywhere. Going to go to a quick break. I'll be back very, very shortly over at that board with the player ranking show. See you all in a couple of moments.